Okay, everybody, so this is going to be episode 2 of the Let's Play I'm kind of trying to figure out. Now, we're on all the creators pack, as you can already see, and from last time, I figured out just a little bit more about recording and various other things. So I've got this not quite full screen, is I found a bug with Vasky's quirk mod that anytime the game goes to full screen, it crashes because of a keyboard issue. So we're not actually in full screen, but I did figure out with OBS that I can stretch the screen and force various scaling techniques to make it look somewhat okay. It's not the most perfect thing. There's probably going to be some artifacting at some point due to it having to share the processor with the game itself and get to work and various other things. But anyways, the last episode we got a grinder set up, and this episode, well, we're going to wing it because I'm not planning these out whatsoever. So they're going to be kind of like my dev videos. We just go, hey, let's do this today, and we get to work. But hopefully here in the future we'll try to get a little bit more consistency with what we're doing, and we'll see where things go. Hopefully I'll be able to interact with more people on the server and other things, and hopefully this doesn't crash. It does look like it just froze up a little bit there. There we go. So yeah, there's quite a few issues. Apparently they plan to update the pack sometime today. But I don't know what they're going to fix and what they're not going to fix and various other things. Hopefully they fix Vasky's full screen thing, as I would like to full screen this game. Although, to be honest, this isn't too bad. I mean, it does look pretty nice on the screen over there. And the resolution isn't horrible. So I guess we'll just wing with this. Anyways, let's go ahead and check the crusher, and hopefully nobody ninja looted my stuff here. I don't think the server has any roles on it right now. And I know people have been murdering each other left and right. Yeah, we still got stuff in here, so I don't think anybody's really been over here. What do we get? Oh, we got some zombies here. Let's take care of these guys real quick. And of course, we gotta wait for the sword to fully recharge in order to get the maximum damage out of this. I kind of like that system. I'm gonna really play with it. The armory mod, for example, is gonna spend a huge amount of time on this. That's one big issue when I was designing the armory mod for 1.7, is I couldn't figure out how were we going to really balance the variety of weapons, as we did plan to have like at least 20 different types of weapons in the mod, as well sub-variants of weapons. And to be honest, it's really hard to reflect inside of a game how a weapon is used. As every weapon that was made in history was made for a particular use and particular fighting style, and games don't really reflect fighting styles very well. They kind of just function, and various other things. One thing we need to do is we really need to get some better food here. I'm not sure what our options is, but berries aren't really cutting it because they're giving us, I want to say, a little bit more than half of a food, and they're not giving us any substance, so we're kind of going through them almost instantaneously. So I don't know. Let's toss this stuff at least into what we're doing here. Oh, did we run out of power? Yeah, we ran out of power. Looks like the animations are still playing on the machines, even though there's no power in them. We have, yeah. Let's just take some charcoal out of this, and we'll toss some more in here. Oh. A little bit of a derp there. I'm also trying to get my buddy Grogger to start joining us in this. He's hesitant because he's not quite sure if he'll load the pack. Last time he tried to run a pack that was above 1.7, he crashed, and he's kind of taken that as a hard limit that he can't play the newer versions. But I think, thanks to things like Foam Fix and a few other mods, he should be able to play this. I mean, he's got 8 GB of RAM on his computer, although he barely has, I think, 5 GB free because Windows likes to derp up. Oh, we got a witch over here. I don't know if I want to tango with a witch this early into the game. I think we are playing on hard difficulty. Can we do this? As long as I orbit a little bit here, I think I can pull it off. Come on, go down. There we go. Yeah, we got a piece of redstone. Hopefully we don't die here. I don't think poison will take you to 0. But our luck is we'll get hit by something random. Yeah, it doesn't take you to 0 anymore. It varies from mod pack to mod pack what happens with poison. I know some mod packs like to actually make it kill you, and different difficulties treat it differently. Let's go ahead and pick up some of these more berries while we're running around. So I guess something we could focus on is getting a more sustainable food crop, as well, just kind of doing some general farming. See if we can find some kind of automation for farming as well. Although, in my opinion, farming is not as tedious as some other tasks. For example, I find mining really tedious, even though I think I'm pretty much screwed and have to mine a lot in this server. I don't know what our options are for queries. I think there is a couple queries. Yeah, I'm actually recording and stuff. So they're trying to get as many people set up with streams and record. This is one of the reasons I'm actually sitting here doing these videos now, is that I'm trying to help promote them as well promote my own mods in the process. At least we do have a piece of redstone. I'm going to have to get more redstone here, so we are going to have to mine here eventually. I may, of course, do that off camera because, well, that's pretty boring. But we want some food. So we got some options. We do have wheat here. Unfortunately, the villagers will come by and actually harvest the wheat, so I don't think we can rely on the wheat fields. At least not ones that are sitting in the village. Of course, we can just ninja gather some wheat, as long as they're not sitting around. That'll give us something. I'd like to have some toast on here, but that's we have to wait for Pam's mod to update. I think she's going to take a while to update due to all the recipe changes. Considering her mod is pretty much 50% recipes, yeah, that's probably going to be pretty rough for her. Hopefully somebody gives her a hand, because I really do like her mod. Yeah, we actually do have enough crops here. I could just harvest away at this stuff. And we'll see what we can make out of the wheat. Maybe some cake or something. Oh, we got a rice seeds here. Could try that. There seems to be a few different mods that add crops. I need to actually make my own crop mod here eventually. I got a mod called Farm Tech that I've been trying to make since 1.2.5 Minecraft. Every time I kind of get some advancement on it, I forget about it and never come back to it. One of the main things I actually do want to do with it is make it so you can pick up chickens and actually do proper chicken farms. Although I think there's a couple other mods that do that now. I think there's like an animal mod that, I forget who works on it. It's the one that's got the hamster wheels in it. That's really awesome looking. I have yet to actually play it. I should just spend some time doing some videos here of me just going through and reviewing mods and giving my opinions on them. If you guys are interested in that, just leave some comments down in the video here and say like which mods you would like me to actually look at, because I'm actually considering that. It's something I've been thinking about doing, is going through and doing video game reviews and mod reviews, because as somebody who's trying to become an indie game developer and somebody who's been mod developing for 7 years, I could do a pretty decent job of giving opinions on what I think various things are gameplay wise. Well, at least I can give you a technical opinion. When it comes to like aesthetics and stuff, I can try, although it might be a little bit more difficult, as I don't know how to use a lot of fancy words, and I've seen some video reviewers just go out of their way to use the most complicated words possible to describe something. Although I don't think that really matters as much. But anyways, we got some wheat here, so let's go ahead and just make maybe some bread or something. I think you can also turn wheat into other things, but I'm not quite sure. Let's just sit here and let's hit usage on here. So we hit U for usage. So we can make cookies if we had some cocoa. Cake, bread. Can make a fort block. Left shift scroll to cycle. Oh, that cycles the crafting menu. I think that Xtones probably has a way to cycle the material. That's actually not a horrible idea. I never thought about that. If you have something that you want to be crafted as the same material, you could just use external systems to change the visuals. I'm actually gonna borrow that idea. That's actually really cool. Anyways, we can make some dough. I don't know what dough does though. Noodles. Let's see what dough makes. Also, dough, we can make things like pizza, big cookies. We'll have to get some fish and cheese for pizza though. Chocolate cake. Not a lot having that in real life. Ah, this is not bad. I don't know why you need eggs for cheese though. Anytime I've ever made cheese, I just use vinegar. Use olive oil. That makes olive oil and cheese. I think somebody should probably work on the menu here to make sure those don't show up together. Just click the button to the bottom to see what's inside the booklet. Also, there's a manual for that mod as well. So this is, what is this mod? Actual additions. So you can make spaghetti, chocolate. I'm actually liking this mod. I think I commented on the last video that I wasn't quite sure if it was like a fresh breath of air, but there's a lot of stuff in here. Now, I don't really think a mod should do it this way, but I know a lot of mod developers do like to spend time and put a whole bunch of content in their mods. Though in my personal opinion, I build mods like single blocks mods. I build like really focused single content mods, and I feel when big mods like this try to throw a whole bunch of stuff in here, it's doing it the wrong way. But with modding, there's not a right way to do it in the first place, so it's not that big of a deal. But I'm happy it's in here. This gives me different things to work with. Oh yeah, we get these little paper cones too. That's I could open myself my own McDonald's on the server. What I should do is I should update the Artilex mod and actually sit there and maybe program them to be McDonald's employees just for the laughs. Yeah, because we got hamburgers. I mean, we've got cookies. I mean, we're almost at everything McDonald's serves. I mean, we're just missing chicken nuggets at this point. Actually, what do you get over here? You get bacon by pork chops. That's not quite how bacon works in real life. Bacon is actually a certain type of the pig's body, where pork chops is a different type. I think bacon is, I want to say back fat, but I'm not quite sure. It's been a while. I was taught it once upon a time because I was working on getting a job as a butcher for a while, and they kind of taught you everything, and then they decided to hire somebody else, which... Oh, he's got an online wiki, too. Now, you guys won't be able to see that, of course, because I've set up the recording software to not view this. Actually, you know what? I can throw this on my main page, and then I can flip the main. There we go. So you guys can actually see it. So there's actually a really cool manual here. Now, this is something I actually want to do with my own mods here, is to get a really cool manual going. The one I do plan to do is it would look a lot nicer than this, as this does look like everything's on one page, and he's using div tags to bookmark things. Okay, that's kind of cool. So we'll go back to just MC here, and this is where you can see, yeah, I'm also reneging on doing my homework here. Yeah, my priorities are clearly not set correctly. And yeah, you can see there is stretching here if you see the difference between those. So go to main monitor, it's about, I want to say ½ an inch shorter, and then it stretches out. I'm surprised the software actually stretches pretty decently. I haven't seen that many artifacts on the stream over here, but it does look okay. So yeah, so let's, I don't have the resources to be making anything else, so let's just make some bread. I mean, classic bread works really well. I still would love to have toast, because toast is probably the ultimate food I've ever seen in a mod, because it gives you like 5 or hunger bars, and it doesn't take any real resources to get, and you always have it. The other alternative is using potatoes, because cooking potatoes is real easy. And actually, we might just set up a potato farm, and some carrots and stuff. I mean, we got some seeds here. Actually, what can you do with seeds? Because, I mean, if we're going to be collecting them, they're going to have quite a bit here. Actually, there's resourceful crops. There's feather seeds. Is this like magic crops? Oh, I think this is magic crops, basically. So we need magical Ganti essence. Which you need magical Ganti essences? What? Magic stone creation, true stone of creation. And you need, what? What is this? I feel like it's an infinite loop of just going back and forth and getting the same thing over and over again. So we need some kind of thing called Ganti. I actually think I've run across this already. Let me go check my chests and see if I have any. Oh, we don't. We have some yellowite ore, which I'm assuming is it's a reactor mod. I have to add yellowite ore back to Atomic Science here when I finish updating it. I have put some work in it. People keep asking if I'm going to update it. I do plan to update it. I'm just really not sure what we're going to do with the mod overall. It looks like we have some potatoes already in here. We do need to build a storage system here. We have some chili peppers too. I wonder, yeah, you can't hit usage on chili peppers. Yeah, I could have swore I saw some ore for it earlier, but I guess we don't have any. So let's go ahead and throw some seeds in here, and I guess we're gonna have to figure out how we can craft things. First things first, let's make it daytime. We're gonna get some chat spam, unfortunately, because it seems Vasky's mod's got a few different bugs. Not really. I can blame him for it, but at the same time, the chat spam. That's hilarious. It's awful that it's broken that way, but I guess we can try to make a crop filled out here, but we're gonna have to be careful not to get overrun by zombies. So let's grab some wood here. I don't really have a lot of wood to work with. I don't have a lot of dirt either. Let's make a couple shovels, and let's make one axe real quick, so that way I've got some tools. And I'm just going to make a crafting table right here in the corner next to this chest because I really don't like to roam around to find my crafting tables. I like them to just be where they're at. And let's open up the manual here. I really like this manual. I can't say enough that how happy I am that Mojang actually added these. This is something that's kind of been in the Xbox version for a very long time, and it is super useful because anytime you can just click and craft something, it's really nice. And this also kind of tells you the flaw with the crafting grid system in Minecraft. It's always been that way. If you've ever played any other game that has a sandbox type system to it, you'll find out very quickly that a list-based crafting system where you can just click the item you want to craft is far superior than just having a crafting grid. The only real purpose of having a crafting grid in a game like this is to put some kind of mystery, some kind of discovery process built into the game, so that way you can't just simply find everything. Let's see, what damage does an axe do? It does 9? Wow, an axe does more damage. And then a sword's got a 1.6, and then an axe has got a 0.9. I want to say it's a recharge rate, so an axe is actually a really good weapon. Wow, an axe is a really good weapon. I wonder what the advantage of a sword is. Is it just you can block? Actually, you can't block. How do you... Actually, you know a better question? I know you can dual wield in this game. How do you do that? You just put like a... Oh. How do you switch? You can left click with this. I can't right click. How do you switch weapons? There's a tab button. Cap lock clearly doesn't do it. Q is how you drop. I don't know, but I find it cool. Might want to make a shield here later. So let's see, how many minutes do we have till daytime? I'm going to say like 2, 3. So let's just focus on killing stuff. Because I need to go collect wood, which means I have to travel a little bit because I don't really feel like making a tree farm right now. So let's just focus on collecting a little bit of resources. I kind of want to kill this creeper here, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get him. Maybe? Nope. Yeah, I didn't think so. They kind of changed the dynamic on creepers in some of the newer versions where they explode a little quicker. At least we got some dirt this way. Although I'm going to have to come back here and fill this hole in, so I kind of am not helping myself whatsoever. Oh, there's another wheat field over here. I'll collect that later. Also tells me if these are all growing, the villagers might have all died. Which is rather unfortunate. Yeah, all the doors are broken down. We also got these hippie fairies over here, which I haven't figured out what they're for. I kind of want to hit one, but they kind of have as much HP as I do. Yeah, they're almost roughly my HP, which tells me they probably will mess me up if I try to kill them. Maybe in the name of science, we'll try to kill one later. You got any villagers in here? Nope. Hopefully I can get some more villagers repopulating here, or bribe one of the moderators to give me some villager eggs. I doubt they'll actually do that. The only real reason I think I even got invited on here is they just know I'm the ICBM dev, and they're like, hey, you should come join us because we think you have a fan base. I doubt that's actually the reason. I think I just got invited for the hell of it. Because with 200 subscribers on YouTube and only 400 on Twitter, I doubt I'm at the top of anybody's list when it comes to trying to promote their stuff. Okay, here's a zombie. Go ahead and bash his head in. Yeah, and then one thing I'd like to put in the armory mod would be a hammer that has a concussion effect on it. That would be kind of cool. Maybe get some concussion effects from maces. One of the things I know I'm going to do with the armory mod is with armor and stuff, blunt weapons will actually do better damage versus armor than swords will. Swords are great for slashing, so they'll be great against lighter materials, so like leather, cloth armors. One thing to note though is this is a myth a lot of games get. Cloth armor is actually really, really good in real life. It's just, it won't stop a bullet and it won't stop a sword from going straight through you, but what it's really good at is if I try to slash at you, the slash will not go through the armor, which is the advantage. Come here, spider. Come on, come on, come follow me. Oh, the zombie's gonna follow me. And of course I'm gonna get a bug with me trying to walk on that. I kind of like the step up feature. It's really cool. It's something that the game kind of needed, but they do need to work a little bit better on it. I hope somebody one day will pick up a mod and try to use some, what am I thinking? Neural network learning to improve the functionality by discovering what materials are best to step up on and what configuration. So you kind of predict the layout and behavior of a building. It is something you actually could do, and the reason I know this is that learning networks you can use them for just about everything. I've used them for picture sorting, I've used them for algorithms and various... You know, actually, with that regard, I probably should just go ahead and make a mod like that myself, because out of everybody who makes mods, I think I'm the only developer who actually understands how to do AIs. And I haven't really met another developer who knows anything other than fuzzy logic. For those who don't know what fuzzy logic is, it's what zombies kind of use. It's just a simple fact of if this task, or this action, do this, or... If this check, do this action. So you go, okay, if there's a player nearby, walk towards the player. If we're actually within one block of the player, attack the player. If we can't see the player, find something else to shoot. Almost every entity in the game uses that type of logic. For example, skeletons here. I'm going to leave that skeleton alone. Actually, you know what? Let's go, let's just dive down to the mine and explore real quick. Oh, I don't have a pickaxe. I got enough resources I can just craft one. Because if they're not going to let it be day, then I'm kind of stuck with what I can do. And maybe we'll get lucky and we'll find some dirt and gravel and stuff down here, and I can actually mine it up. Well, I should have grabbed my iron picks. I can grab this galena and bauxite, although I still am not quite sure what it's used for. I mean, of course, I know galena is lead. Although, I really should put galena in my mods, because I'm just using flat-out lead in my mods because of laziness reasons. But the reality of it is you'll never find raw lead in the world. Oh, here's some coal. We'll mine that real quick. Hopefully they make a day sometime soon. I really would like to work on some farms. Although I need to get some automation. I really don't like doing farming by hand. But if I really need to, I will. Hopefully I can get a couple of my buddies on here and they'll help me out. Grogger likes to mine, for example, so that'd be a great addition. As he can do the mining and I can do the automation, which is what we normally do. Anytime we ever play Minecraft together, any game, for example, the number one thing, usually how it works, is Grogger will focus on mining and power, and then I will focus on pure automation. And if Shadow joins in, he usually does the alchemy and magic. And then if we ever get our buddy Jake on, he just does mining because he doesn't know how to play the game. Pretty sad when you think about it. The guy is actually pretty smart, but he's such a short attention span that the only thing he knows how to do is mine in the game, or build military forts. He loves to do that. Kind of wish he would do a little bit more, because he's got the expertise, because he got the same training I did in high school, so we both are really good electricians. And he's, in my opinion, smart enough to be an engineer, but because of his short attention span, he'll never be one. Even though I keep telling him he probably should at least go to college and get an associate's degree and actually do a little bit more. That way he gets paid a little bit more than what he's getting paid, although the reality of it is he's working in his father's door factory right now instead of being an electrician. So it's kind of a little sad. Not saying it's a bad job, as he gets paid more than I've ever got paid. I think he's going to get paid like $20 to build doors, which is pretty good when you think about it. What level are we at? Yeah, we're at 14. We're in a good spot. So we'll just mine down this way, and, oh, redstone ore. I don't have an axe with me. I could make one, though. So let's go ahead and... Happy I actually have stuff with me. So we got a crafting table, put that there. And then we want some metal tools. There we go. I can't remember if I actually put my axe away yesterday or I broke it. I have a feeling I might have broke it. I don't see no lava. Although we're kind of in the dangerous area where lava is. If you look at the mini map in the top right corner, you actually can see a little bit of lava off the sides. Oh yes, some gravel. By the way, I did figure out yesterday when I put that cobblestone into the crusher, it turns into sand instead of turning into gravel like I thought. So we'll have to figure out some way we can get gravel here later. And quantity, because I actually do occasionally like to build with gravel because it's a nice little path block. Although they do have actual path blocks in the game now, so... Let's go see where we're going out here. And if you guys could hear, that was my phone going off right next to my computer. Probably should turn that thing on silent while recording. But that's a habit I'll have to learn eventually. So we'll mine up all this, and if we're lucky, we'll find some ores in the process of doing this, because usually when you're mining and you find pockets of this, there's usually always gravel, or I mean, there's usually always like some kind of ore on the edge of the gravel patch. It's not, the game's actually not designed that way, it's just how it ends up working coincidentally. Like, yeah, here we go. That's some of the ore we actually wanted to find for those resourceful crops as well. Can I actually mine that? That seems to be breaking rather slowly. We'll just go ahead and break one. Yeah, we can't mine it. So we'll need a diamond pick for that, which makes sense. I mean, it's a really, really powerful system to be able to grow whatever you want. Kind of reminds me of, what was it? I think it was Growthcraft? No. Regrowth was the name of the mod pack. So that's actually a mod pack I got loaded up on one of my servers for Acculus. And we actually do play it occasionally. Although I need to switch it out. Actually, I think they may have already switched it out to Invasion here a while ago. As I've been letting my buddy RJ kind of just have his way with my AMP server, because we don't have that mod pack finished yet. And then we're using the Volt server for, what's the name of the pack? Space Astronomy? Which we do need to get the Volts done, because the Volts pack actually is finished enough you can play it. It's just you're not going to be able to do a lot with it. It's pretty low tech still. I was hoping to get Basic Industries up and running, but I mean, there's always delays that keep happening. And they're not coded related, they're not project related, they're always things like, oh, well, we got to go do this now in real life, or, oh, you're now going to get hit with a 7-page paper. I still haven't finished that 6-page one that I'm doing right now. I started on it, I'm at like 3 paragraphs, and the reality of it is I think I'm just going to do the bare minimum, which is like, I think, 2 pages, and then turn it in for partial points, because there's no point of spending a huge amount of time doing it. Especially since my understanding of the subject is rather low. Oh, we filled up our inventory. Let's just put a chest down here. And we'll toss... Yeah, we'll just toss like some of the lighter materials in here. I'll leave a stack of wood down here. Some ladders. Some of that solidified XP, which I'm still not sure what is. I mean, obviously it's XP, but... what is it used for would be the more important question. We're getting redstone here, so that's pretty good. So I guess this is what it was kind of worth it jumping down here, even though what I want to be doing is making farms. Which actually we haven't checked up there, so let's go ahead and finish mining this redstone, and then we'll go check up top if they actually made it day or not. And we're getting quite a few people on the server now. Day 1 of the server launch, I think we had like 20 unique people on here. I think there's actually more than that playing on here, because they were getting on and off throughout the day, especially with as many times as we were crashing and bugging out. Luckily, I think they stabilized the server, so we haven't had any serious problems yet. Although, there is an issue if you do try to full screen with Vasky's Quirk mod, you will crash. There's some issue with the keyboard system. It's something that he could indeed fix, but I have a feeling it is a Forge or vanilla Minecraft bug, and of course, yeah, we can't mine that. Let's actually mine around it real quick to see if there's any more. Nah, there's no more. Okay, so we'll pick that up, and we'll go ahead and head back up to the top. So, yeah. Mining, farms, not really doing anything exciting. Eventually we'll get some cool things. I actually plan to put some traps around and see if I can catch random people wandering around. I probably won't kill them, I'll give them a way out, but I'll be like, here, take this sign and put it on the wall to note that you were trapped by the trap. I doubt anybody will actually comply with that, because that'll admit that they actually got trapped. But I want to actually spend some time working with my traps. It's been a really long time since I've actually built traps in Minecraft, and I used to enjoy doing it. I used to play on some old Vault servers for a long time. I mean, after all, I did help make the pack originally, and because I helped make the pack and because I was one of the people that worked on ICBM, I always got invited to somebody's Volt server. No matter what happened, it was always that what happened. Eventually, that even led to me sitting on somebody's server for a very long time, but that was... they were using a modification of the Volts pack, but it wasn't the Volts pack, so it didn't end up being a PvP server, but it was still fun. I had some good experiences. For example, I grabbed some safari nets and I ambushed the admin of the server by putting creepers all around his base. And they weren't normal creepers, they were the lightning ones. He got a really good laugh out of that. Didn't actually end up killing him, but it sounded like popcorn going off in his base. Boom, 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 boom. Let's grab a Scalino real quick. Get some more lead. I think I need lead for Tinker's cables, so... Or not Tinker's, the thermal expansion. I'm always going to get all those mods confused because they all start with a T, and I like to say the word Tinkers more than I like to say the word anything else when it comes to any word that starts with a T. Well, I could start calling it Tyranny, because I'm not going to lie, I have a slight beef with the RF mods for the simple fact that I used to build Universal Electricity, which was meant to be the RF for Minecraft, and we had started working on it and started building it up before RF ever got released, and we were making really good headway. Then RF released, and then they used their publicity, and they pretty much within a short year period just ran us over. We got so much disgruntled hate from users that we just eventually closed the doors. We just got so fed up with being told we need to support RF. What was even worse about it is we had supported RF pretty much real early into their development, and yet we were getting told support RF and drop your system, which didn't make any sense. I really should mind. Yeah, we'll mind this. I could always use more 10. And my dog is saying hello in the background here. Probably go see what she wants here in a second, and then we'll be back with maybe doing some farms here. So yeah, it actually is daytime. Go get some wood and yeah. So what I'll go ahead and do is as soon as I get to the surface here and drop this stuff off, I'll go ahead and cut this. And I'll go collect some wood and stuff when we come back and build some farms and then check out to see if there's any automation or anything else. And yeah. Okay, so we're back here. So I went ahead and did a little bit of chopping down some wood to build our farm here. Didn't really get much, but yeah, my axe broke before I really managed to get anywhere with that. So let's go ahead and I guess start laying out a farm over here. Yeah, I'll go ahead and put it where we were going to put this thing at. So I think I can break this by hand. Supposedly they're going to try to get that recipe fixed in one of the next updates, but not going to exactly hold my breath for that. Let's grab some cobblestone real quick. Don't want to be wasting all my dirt because I don't want to go collect a ton of it. But we have an absolute massive amount of cobblestone. Might have to go see if we have a mod that's designed to make dirt here later. How do we want to lay this out? So we want to grow... You know what? We didn't actually decide what crop we want to grow. I think we want to do some potatoes here. So let's go ahead and... Yeah, we'll just do a really simple one. Pretty much a duplicate of this one. And I need a pickaxe to break that. Come back here and get some chisel and make this look really nice as well here later. So grab that. Oh, look, we do have an iron pick left, so that's pretty good. Do some mining here later. Get some more ores, build more machines. Industrialize this little village. That. Get this kind of layout figured out real quick. You know what? I'm gonna go take a look at what the vanilla ones look like real quick and see if it's advisable to duplicate their pattern. Actually, their pattern's pretty simplistic. Nah, I'm not gonna duplicate their pattern. I like mine. Mine's not exactly the best, but it's unique-ish. Not like perfectly unique, but it's hard to get like perfect unique stuff. Also, since one of the last recording, I did turn my audio up as I was getting ambushed by zombies that I couldn't hear. So yeah, actually drop that just a little bit. Usually I play with the sound really low. Actually, there's a subtitle option. I wonder what that does. Oh, footsteps, blocked place, footsteps. I'm gonna have to look to see if there's a mod to configure that, because that's actually kind of cool. I wonder if they added that for accessibility reasons. For those who don't know what accessibility is, that's where you make changes to a program to let more people access it better. So you could get somebody who's like partially blind or deaf or something playing this game, and they can look down in the corner down there and they can actually use that to indicate what's going on around them. I'll actually leave that on because that's kind of useful. I wonder if they also use that for debug. That's... Bat takes off. Yeah, I think it's what they do it with. Use it for. Because all of the audio events for Block Place fire via the same exact piece of code. What they do is that they use the, I believe, pitch and volume controls to pass in the block ID and metadata. That way the audio will change based on what you're placing. But the volume is very consistent. I'm double clicking. Go ahead and fix that. Get some buckets real quick, and we'll get this farm started. And we'll build a couple of these so we have a decent amount of food coming in. And let me go ahead and I'm just going to place this right here so I at least don't lose track that it exists. And eventually I want to go use that because that can give us dirt, gravel, and a few other things automatically, which is pretty good. So let's actually grab some crops, and then we want to grab my buckets here. Always nice to have these wooden buckets. Yeah, it's Volt's Engine Fluid Module is what claims these buckets. I'm going to change the name on those just so it looks a little nicer. That was where Azzy was noting in somebody else's stream here that's like, oh, I haven't heard about that mod in a very long time. It's like, yeah, you haven't heard about that one because you don't exactly participate much. And the reason I'm saying that is I tried to convince him for a while to join my team, but he was so antsy about working with other people. And yet he has no problem borrowing other people's ideals. Because he like blatantly admitted here, I believe Friday, that most of the stuff in his charset mod comes from an older mod that he has permission to pretty much do whatever he wants with it. There we go, so we got that set up. Get our buckets there. And we're going to need a hoe here so we can actually till the ground. Go ahead and make that. I'll just go ahead and make a stone one. There's no point in going further. As long as I don't trample the ground, I shouldn't have to make a re-till the ground at all. And if we get some automation, then hopefully I won't have to do it at all. Actually, what do we have for automation? Let me get rid of the crafting book here. So if I remember correctly, yesterday we saw, yeah, there's a farm. So it looks like a farm is made out of iron cases and Normia crystals. That's pretty cheap, actually. We'll go ahead and build that here in a second after we're done running this farm. As I always want to make sure at least I have some kind of manual farm in case of any kind of bugs or failures inside of the mod. My reasoning for this is in 1.7, Ender.io has some major problems in one of the mod packs I'm playing with, that all of my farms just stopped working one day and have yet to be fixed. See, actually, you know what? We'll put carrots on this side and we'll put potatoes on this side. That way I don't have to do as much work to get both of those resources available to me. And do we have potatoes in here? I do not see any potatoes. We also need to get a chicken farm going too. There's some more carrots. There we go, we got a lot of potatoes. Potatoes are like the most awesome resource in the world, both in real life and in video games. And this doesn't have a lot of knockback. The only problem with farming at night is we're going to get attacked consistently by zombies. I probably should build some armor, but I've never been one of those people that likes to wear armor in Minecraft. As long as I'm not playing on a really, really hostile mod pack, I can usually get away with it. There's been a couple like really hardcore packs that I've never been able to go without armor. I forget which one I was playing with. It was Hypercube, which has got, although that I think that was at fault for the server owner flipping it on max difficulty, and then even going further and tweaking the mods even worse, to the point where you were getting killed through walls, which really did suck. So we got that set up, and let's go ahead and figure out, so we're going to need more crystal. Luckily I do have some of that, and we're going to need a bit of iron. So is there a way to craft this? We can just throw an iron block in here, so we're going to need 4 iron blocks, which means we're going to need 36 iron for that. So we're going to need 40 iron in order to make this. We'll see if we have enough for that. We do, so we have a stack right here. So go ahead and grab that, and we have 1 crystal there. And I forgot to plant the carrots. And let me go ahead and use the bed here so we can set the day. Is it not working at all now? I'm going to say the sleep functionality is just flat broken. Go figure. Probably one of the easiest things to check to see if it works and fast you broke it. So our chat's just gonna be nonstop there. Is there a way to hide chat? I don't think there is. Options, chat settings, hidden. Yeah, that'll work. I don't really feel like talking to anybody anyway, so that's a good idea. Plus, I can always use the Discord relay. They actually have a Discord relay set up so the game you can talk to people in game. So let's go find some seeds. So there's one seed. I know we have a whole bunch of them. I think this chest here. Yeah, here we go. And my phone is getting spammed. Twitter interactions. I guess I'm getting retweeted or something. There's like 13 of them going on since I've checked my phone here last hour. So we want to go ahead and craft this. Oh yeah, I have a crafting right here. Actually, we're going to need to make a iron casing, which means I need sticks. Luckily, I do have sticks. And let's go ahead and grab this, do that. I'm really liking JUI. It's actually kind of nice. It feels a lot cleaner than NEI, especially with you can switch between the crafting at the top and do a various thing. It shows manuals, which I don't know how useful that is, but that's really cool. Probably a way to link that back. I'll have to make sure I add integration for that because that's really useful to have. Anyways, we need 4 blocks. Let's go ahead and craft some blocks. Go ahead and balance the grid out here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Drop that, and then all we need to do to make this function, unless we didn't run out of power, we ran out of power. Bugger. Grab my charcoal. We're gonna have to look at some better power source here. I'm thinking solar panels right now, but I'm not sure how good they work. I've heard there's a couple bugs with this mod's power system, where you'll lose power automatically. Okay, we gotta run that. So we gotta share power with this guy over here too. So hopefully I got enough power to do all this in one go. Awesome. So that worked out really well. How much power did that use? I think is this consistent power usage? Hold a redstone torch to toggle it. So it's set in pulse mode. Huh. The cool thing is I actually know ways to automate that, so it shouldn't be too much of a pain. Yeah, go ahead and do this, and there we go. We got a farm. Now we probably are going to need a power source to make this work, so we're not out of the woods yet. But yeah, let's go ahead and just use this guy. So we'll go ahead and put a farm here. Actually, how does this work? So let's go ahead and place this. Okay, so it's got a thing in front of it. It's got slots and it needs power. So let's go ahead and use Azzy's system here so I can pick this up, and we're gonna have to go place it somewhere a little bit better. I like this spot. We'll have to, of course, put some dirt around here. I have this feeling that this is going to be an MFR style farm, just because I know there's a few mods that have tried to clone MFR style, and MFR style is pretty easy to use, so I can see why people would clone it. I mean, I even made a mod for 125 way back that did the same style of farming for a while. Although I ended up dropping it because I liked MFR better than I did like using my own stuff. You know, for the moment, let's just go ahead and steal the power generator. And we're just going to bring it over here. And then let's just throw some seeds in there. What's the radius on this thing? It's doing over there now. It's like it's randomizing? We did all the way over here, so we're like 5 blocks away. Hello, zombie. So let's get some more dirt here, and I want to see what the radius is. Go ahead and do some science. Block this guy's window out. We're definitely going to use some water here, or this stuff will probably not grow at all. So let's go ahead and poke a hole here. And I'll go get a bucket of water. we'll run these farms pretty much how I run, I want to say Ender.io, but I'm thinking probably closer to MFR right now. I just can't think of what mod I use in Space Astronomy Pack to actually do farming with. I really want to say it is probably MFR. Okay, so we get a bucket there. And it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did it just run out of seeds? Yeah, it ran out of seeds. Okay, so we haven't confirmed this radius yet. I need more seeds. Probably gonna need more power too. It really does feel like an MFR style farm though. Well, it's got no configurations on it. I think at least MFR has some configurations on how you can get your crops to plant. At least I think I'm thinking of the right mod. My luck, I might be thinking Ender.io and it's just derping out really bad right now. Okay, get power. Yeah, we got power there. We're gonna need to make a charcoal system. I wonder if you can farm trees with this. Is there maybe a tree farm here? Player interface, item interface, hopper item interface. I don't know what these interfaces are. Leaf eating generator. That's cool. Experience solidifier. Fermenting barrel. Got a few things here. So I don't see one particular aimed at trees. There is a bioreactor though, so this might be useful to get rid of our extra seeds and stuff. I haven't seen it place any more over there. Well, let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It went 6 in this direction though, so maybe it's got a longer lengthwise than it's got widthwise. That could make sense. When we get some more, well, we have enough seeds, so I want to say it is going to go 5 in both directions. That means it's so it's going to be 9 wide, and then right now we're 6 deep. But I assume if I tear this building down, which I'm going to go ahead and do, that we could get a couple more lengthwise, or maybe depthwise, or yeah, and I guess lengthwise would be a good way to put this. Technically, it would be depth if you're thinking. It depends how you look at it, though. It's only one big problem with trying to determine what you want to call something is that, to be honest, no matter which way you look at it, you could get roughly the same results out of multiple different styles. Okay, so we got stuff over there. I'm going to assume it has a really slow scan rate to it. We're going to need more dirt. I mean, 5x6 is okay, it's just not symmetric. Usually I expect when somebody makes a mod like this to have a bit of a symmetrical style to it, and I accidentally broke that. We're going to probably have to put another water source around here somewhere. Because I believe the water block's only got, well, I mean, that one's over there is hydrated. We might be good. I can't remember how many blocks though we go. It's working, so I can't complain. I'm gonna get a shovel system a little faster. If we get some automated food, that'll be kind of nice, because then we can eat quality food rather than just continuously eating berries like we were. Because eventually this bread I have would run out and I'd have to harvest more. So let's let's just get rid of this. I also got some bees here we can play around with later, because luckily forestry is one of the mods that did get updated in time. I'll be happy we get more. I'm hoping Buildcraft will update here eventually, because to be honest, I think the only thing Buildcraft's going to have to do is just update its recipes. At least that's the only transition I noticed between the multiple versions. There we go. Yeah, we'll grab this. Go ahead and kill that thing. And hopefully there's no mobs that can spawn in a 1x1, or this will be annoying. Oh, look, it does actually go out further. So we're going to have to experiment some more in the name of science. Put a little border around this. Since we do know for sure it isn't going to go any further out, we'll go ahead and start the border on this so we get a nicer looking farm. And then we'll put like maybe a hut around this or something. Yeah, do that. We'll leave the back open and we'll leave the front open. We'll just kind of stack this like 3 high. And then, yeah, we'll just do like that. Actually, you know, cobblestone on the bottom would look a little nicer. Put like at least a single piece there. No one can say I didn't at least try to make it look aesthetical. And I'll put a roof on it here in a bit. Straw roof, maybe? I don't know. Might just do that. Keep consistent, although this, yeah, forestry building's so made out of weird woods. Yeah, let's get an axe. How much? Yeah, I'm carrying all. Well, I'm not carrying all the iron. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'll make another axe. It's beneficial that way. Some people like to just build the El Cheapo tools, but having a slightly better quality tool does actually play it to your advantage, as you can get more work done quicker. Get rid of this house. Once upon a time this belonged to a villager, but that villager probably got turned into a zombie, so as the new owner of this village, I'm going to rebuild it. Wait, did I actually drop? Glass shards. Huh. I'll have to ask Asgy later what that is. Probably something you can smelt back down and get glass back in return, which, yeah, it's actually kind of cool. I'd have made it drop multiple fragments, though. That's something I am actually working on ICBM, is to get glass to fragment. The system's already set up there, I just have to stop being lazy and actually just go ahead and make the items for it. Of course, also make them impale people. Everyone that thinks somebody's playing ICBM and they'll be launching warheads and all of a sudden there'll just be a zombie stuck to the wall with a piece of glass straight through his chest. I definitely will going to probably get a complaint from a parent about that. It's like, oh, my kid found your mod and is playing it and it's all got all this gore and stuff, and it's like, yeah, well, it's a mod and you let your kid on the internet. I have actually got complaints in the past about stuff like that, so I would not be surprised if I actually will get more. Luckily, the complaints usually die down. Okay, let's see how far this goes. Really slow scan rate. This is one of the advantages of where a multi-thread system actually pays off. So if you actually build your mod up to support multi-threading, you can get some really nice benefits by having it automatically update outside of the main world. So you're not slowing down the main world, and then you can do scans quicker. So you get a much better response time, much better results. If you also hook into block update events, you can also do it that way. So you can go, oh, this person placed a block in this area, so let's go ahead and update that spot. So go ahead and do that. Place it out here. I'm not seeing any updates. So this might be the limit. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. As soon as I said that, I watched it place more. So yeah, it looks like this is a limit, so it's 9. So it's what's a 9 by 9? Okay, that is more symmetrical. So I was just complaining about it was not symmetrical earlier, but it actually is. It's got a big radius. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So that's a 9 by 9. That's actually kind of cool. So at least we know what its size is, so we can make more of these. Although power is going to be a thing, so we'll have to figure that out. Hopefully this does take thermal expansion power rather easily, because I think I can build some good power generators through thermal expansion. But I will give this guy's mod a chance to see what I can do with it. Let's get more dirt. I'm going to say let's just shave this corner off here. Something to automatically make dirt would be pretty useful, so I don't have to destroy mountains. No, that's stone. Really like that stone stuff there. I wish it would grow automatically though, but I think it's a world generally system. Whatever mod adds these grass blocks randomly too is kind of cool. Makes the world look a little bit nicer visually, even if it is a little annoying. Probably gonna say it's biome of plenty, considering I'm seeing leaf piles as well. That mod style is just add a whole bunch of random. Okay, we are gonna need another water source though. I pretty much know that already. So let's I guess I'm gonna have to put a piece of wood down there. And we'll surround it by dirt. If my mouse doesn't double click. Go ahead and do that. Not too bad. Looks pretty good. And then hopefully this auto collect stuff, it's not just an auto planner. That's good there. So go ahead and finish off the decorations. Oh, okay, that's the wrong. Yeah, I gotta place these straight down, so I'm gonna go grab some cobblestone so I can finish up leveling the ground out. And then we'll finish this border, and then we'll sit there and see how long it takes to harvest, and go from there. Kind of wish I could do some music on this. I haven't quite figured out the whole music policy for making YouTube videos, even though I know I can get away with it with streaming to some extent as long as I don't do it too badly. But then with YouTube policy, it's like a zero tolerance system, where streaming has a slight tolerance. I think there are some softwares I can download that give you free music, which might be worth trying out. It'll at least liven up the atmosphere. That's looking pretty good. Looks like everything's growing. I mean, we got some spots over here that aren't getting a lot of water that we might have to, considering putting another block in the corner maybe. Not too bad though. Go ahead and get some torches down here, so that way it grows a little faster during the night. Let me see where we're... Yeah, that works. By the way, for those who are not familiar with the X's, it's F7 to turn it on and off. And that shows you where potential spawn points are for zombies. If it's red, it's a guarantee spawn. If it's yellow, it's maybe. It means that that area is not properly lit, but it could also potentially spawn something, but maybe not quite. Usually I have not seen things spawn in the yellow areas. How do we want to do this? So we want to kind of be able to walk around in here. So I'm going to say I'm going to do something like that. If I can jump up high enough. And then just extend that. And we need to put a roof on it. So if I can get maybe up a little further. We got some dirt, so we just use that as a scaffolding. Supposedly Charset's got scaffolds in it, but I don't really feel like building scaffolds just to build with. There we go. And of course we'll put some stairs on the sides here to kind of give it a little bit more aesthetical visuals to it, but that'll work. Yeah, we're actually doing not too bad. It's not using a lot of power. And then if I only had some bone meal, we could test to see if it actually harvested. Let's go build some stairs. Stairs. That'll give us, yeah, that's enough, I think. We only have 6 blocks to really be placing. Can I jump high enough to place that? Nope. I can hear a zombie behind me. Hello, Mr. Zombie. Oh, well, I dropped that, so I guess I gotta say hello to you personally. Hey, is there a headshot ability now? So I think you do more damage if you hit him in the head versus hit him in the body. It seems to be about the same. I can't really tell though because it's happening too fast. Go ahead and break those. Probably should be using sand for this instead. It's a little better. I don't exactly have any on hand. Up here. Yeah, it doesn't look half bad. It's not my best project, but oh, that looks horrible. I guess we're gonna need some more of these. Hey, villager zombie. The cool thing with the villager zombies is they actually are the same exact code as the normal zombies. They are not villagers that just happen to be reskinned. They actually are physically zombies. Anyways, we need, yeah, I guess we'll just make one more recipe worth. It's one of the things actually that's kind of cool in Minecraft is the code does allow for a lot of variation in different textures and skins. With just the code, not resource packs. So a mod developer, if he wants to make like a certain zombie aesthetically, he doesn't actually have to go out of his way to make a brand new entity or anything else. He can take the zombie, he can reskin it, and he can even modify the AIs on runtime. So like on spawn, he can go, okay, let's change your skin, and then let's go ahead and change your AI routines. It is something that is available. Is that? I mean, it's a little tall. Maybe I should have made it shorter. Let's actually get over here. We can get a better look at it. It's not bad though. I mean, it looks okay. Now we just need to make like a road or path back here to it. Maybe. I don't know. That doesn't seem to be necessary. I just hope nobody steals my machines when I'm logged off. But yeah, so I guess in the next episode we'll go ahead and see if that grows anything, but I'm going to go ahead and drop off here and get back to working on other things. Potentially getting a few more mods updated so they can add to the pack update today.